Welcome to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show, presented, of course, by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also brought to you by Serdike Yamaha, Slumberland Furniture, Slumberland at the Lake, and MoDOT. Eyes up, phones down. We're talking with some of our favorite coaches locally, the Eldon coaches, Coach Nathaniel Caudell and Isaiah Ryan. Guys, thank you for making the trip. Hope you had a great Christmas.
Yeah, we did. Thanks for having us.
You bet.
Thanks.
Looking forward to a good 2025 here, right?
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, good. So both of your clubs have struggled a little bit out of the gate. I think the boys, 2-5 to get started, and the girls 1-6. So as far as the boys go, some close games, very close games, an overtime loss just the other night. Is that, I mean, when you lose those close ones like that, is that frustrating or is that encouraging?
I think it depends on, kind of the attitudes in the locker room after, right?
Right.
And so for us this year, that's what I've been really proud of our guys. I've been really encouraged with the way that we have responded, coming back and, in practice, they know, like, there's things we got to go over now so that we get that situation again, that we can handle that differently. And so seeing that, especially, we got a lot of guys that have had some experience at the varsity level, but not in the positions that they've been in. And so to see them excel in that, talking about the game last Friday, we had, our probably ninth man off the bench that comes in and hits a three near the end of the game to tie it up.
Yeah.
Things like that seeing guys, excel and really starting to make strides. Like we talked about when we were first here, our biggest thing is growth this year. Mm-hmm. And so I know it stinks being on the losing end of it, but we're seeing growth. And so with that, I can't be more, I'm just happy to see that growth.
Absolutely. And we talk about that overtime loss. I mean, I think your top two scorers had fouled out. You were down by 10 with a couple minutes to go, and you rally, you come back, you tie it up, you send it to overtime. I mean, you had to be really proud of the way the guys responded.
Yeah, extremely proud. I mean, we had we had a really tough week that week. We ended up losing one of our starters in a freak accident in practice, which was really tough. And to see our guys rally around him first earlier in the week, really being there for him, that was the thing I was most proud of. And then we just carried that right into that game. We had some really things, some things that happened in that game that were out of our control, and talking about, guys fouling out and different things. We never got our head down, never quit fighting, and we just kept playing. And then, like I said, unfortunately, we just didn't come out on the win column on it.
Right. Yeah, this is a regular season games, though. It'll be harder in the playoffs. So hopefully, playoff time comes around. You get some of those balls bouncing your way. As for the ladies, Coach Ryan, you guys have had a couple of really great years. The last couple of years, 16-11 last year, 19-10 the year before that. Struggles this year, but that's the life of a high school basketball coach, right? Yeah. I mean, you kind of go through years where you got veteran talent, you got to go through years where you're building it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're definitely in the building up phase. It's a cycle. So we're developing our experience right now. We've had a tough schedule. I think if we had been, it's hard to switch from a season where you're scheduling as many tough teams as you can to switch into a more of a developmental group. And we're kind of experiencing that struggle a little bit this year with who we're playing. We're playing some pretty good teams, and we've had some close losses. Like we lost to Boonville by 1, who should be right at the top of our conference. Yep. And we had a shot at the end. Could have easily went in. Lost to Lebanon by 10, who is a big school. Lost to Camden by 5, where we were down by, I think we were down by 17 with like 3 minutes left, and got it down to 3 at one point.
Wow.
They had a girl. We were down by 3. They had a girl hit a huge 3 that put it up to 6 again. So we're in games. We're just learning how to stop doing the things that prevent us from being where we want to be at the end, especially turnovers, rebounding, things like that.
But you got to go through those developmental, sometimes full seasons. Sometimes it's, the first half of the season, and then the second half things start to come together. What have you liked this year about your girls?
I think they have a lot of will to compete in them. I think it's consistently getting there is what we're continuing to work on. We see it in short bursts and streaks, and we're just still working on that consistency. But they're fighters, and they're just learning that. Some of them are learning that, hey, we can do this, we can compete, we can be right there at the end of games. So that's
one of the
what I
great
see.
things about being a coach is seeing that light come on sometimes, right? What have you liked the most about your guys so far?
I just love the way that they're just always together, right? Off the court, but then even on the court, this has been by far our offensively our best group as far as a unit, not just one guy that really does well and that a team has to stop. Multiple guys are getting involved, looking to pass, make the extra pass. And so just seeing that togetherness, and again, like I said, it goes outside the basketball court. They're one of the funnest group of guys I've ever been around. And so seeing that's been the most enjoyable part about them.
That is so cool. And we've got several of your games coming up. In fact, this week, I think Friday night, we've got Boonville at Eldon. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then we've got a couple of double headers where we're going to do the ladies and then the guys. And those are both in February. On the 3rd, Versailles at Eldon. And then on the 20th, you guys will be at Osage. So that'll be a lot of fun. So you guys are going to be sick of me before this season is done. So we're talking Eldon Mustang basketball with the great coaches. We'll be back here on the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show right after this. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
New year, new sleep. Save at the New Year's mattress sale at Slumberland. Up to 50% off list prices. Get a Sealy Queen mattress for just $149. And a 365-night sleep guarantee so you can't make a mistake. The New Year's sale at Slumberland. Reset your home at the New Year's sale at Slumberland Furniture. You'll get up to 50% off list prices. Buy this sofa for just $697 and you'll get the chair free. A comfy reclining sofa, just $555. The New Year's sale at Slumberland.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Welcome back to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show presented by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center. So we're talking Eldon Mustang basketball. The coaches here with us, Nathaniel Caudell and Isaiah Ryan. And anything that happens 94 times is pretty amazing. You've got the 94th annual Eldon basketball tournament coming up. That's pretty exciting.
Absolutely. I think, we always have one of the best tournaments, but I really think this year, just with all the teams that we have coming in, that it will be one of the best tournaments in the area for sure. Whenever you've got teams like Eugene and Osage and Smith Cotton coming in, Boonville, who was our conference champ last year, Versailles, Fatima, all those different teams. It's going to be a lot of good competition, a lot of good basketball.
That ought to be fun. There are some of the top teams in the state you just mentioned there, so that'll be fun, and that's toward the end of January at the Eldon High School Gymnasium there. A couple of weeks ago, Coach Ryan, I was doing Lake TV. We were doing a game in Versailles against Smith Cotton, and at halftime, I think it was before the game, they roll out the 20th anniversary of Versailles' second in school history Final Four team, and there's Isaiah Ryan right out there front and center. That had to be pretty fun, some pretty good memories.
Yeah, it was great to see a lot of those guys from that group I haven't seen in quite a while. I was just a freshman on that group, didn't play a ton, but I got to play for all 4 years for Ken Chamberlain, who's the head coach, a great head coach. And then the real star of that team was Nathan Frazier. He was an all-time great at Versailles. So
wow.
Yeah, it was a fun experience to see those guys.
It was, and I learned some things. In 116 years of Versailles high school basketball, there's been 2 years they went to the Final Four. One was like in 1956 or something, and then you guys in 2005. So that's pretty cool stuff. So you don't get to see those teammates much anymore, huh?
No, most of them they're all spread out all over, and everybody has their own families, and not a lot of them have stayed in the area, a few, like myself. But yeah, it was neat. Some of those guys I probably haven't seen in
20 years.
Yeah, 19 years, 20 years.
That's
so,
amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's one of the cool things about high school sports, really sports at any level, but especially high school. And Coach Caudell, you went to California, I think, right? You're a Pinto graduate. So you're close to home. I mean, you're coaching Eldon now, but you go to the same places, same arenas, I'm guessing, as when you were in high school. That's got to be pretty cool, too.
Yeah, talking about Warsaw was always one of my favorite places to play whenever I was a player. So the fact that we got them back on the schedule this year was pretty cool. So yeah, it's been neat being on the other side of it now.
Yeah.
And so being on the coaching side of it instead of the playing side.
Yeah. So speaking of that, what is more fun? Was it more fun playing when you guys were in high school and getting all the accolades, or is it coaching? What do you enjoy? What's funner?
I'd say more fun is the playing.
Really?
Yeah, getting out and playing. There's, you can't replace that. As far as more rewarding, that would be the coaching.
Wow.
Seeing the growth, and like I said, the growth that these guys make. There's not anything more rewarding than that. So
that's cool. That's what makes a real coach, though, is having that love, that kind of reward. How about for you? What was funner, playing or coaching?
Definitely playing.
Yeah,
playing and just going out there and competing. I mean, I always loved to dunk on the road in front of a crowd, and I'd be fired up, and they didn't like me very much, and that's always fun. And coaching is a whole different thing. But I think most anybody would say I'll be back in my prime playing in front of a big crowd. That's hard to beat.
Absolutely. Okay, so a little fun question here for you guys. If you could have dinner, right, with one sports person in the world still alive, ooh, that's a hard one.
Mercy.
Who would it be for Coach Caudell? Dinner, so maybe 3-4 hours, sit down talking with this person.
Mine would have to be Pistol Pete. I grew up, my dad was a big Pistol Pete fan, so watching all the videos, all the ball handling drills and stuff that he would have out, and I did that as a kid, and so just seeing the way that he really kind of brought a change to basketball was really cool, and so that would be the person I think I would want to.
Pistol Pete Maravich, one of the all-time greats, and a guard. So how about for you there, Coach Ryan? Who would it be? Who would you like to sit down and have dinner with?
Talk about a loaded question. I guess I'll take a coaching perspective with that. I would say I'm really interested about Ben McCollum. He's at Drake right now, the Drake men's coach. He was at Northwest Missouri State for a long time. He's just had the highest level programs. He won a ton of national championships at Northwest.
Yeah.
Just runs a super positive, great culture program. Seems like a really interesting guy. Someone just like to pick his brain and kind of get into the secrets behind the scenes with that.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be fascinating. And I heard a lot of people say they wished Mizzou would have hired him when they hired Coach Gates a couple years. Now, Coach Gates is doing a pretty good job.
He's doing a pretty good job.
Right? But, I mean, it's hard to beat the track record that you're talking about there. Okay, so just a reminder, we've got several games with the Eldon Mustangs coming up. On Friday, January 3rd, Mustangs at home to Boonville, so we'll have you that night. And then a couple of doubleheaders in February, the girls and then the guys. So on February 3rd, it'll be Versailles at Eldon. We'll have the doubleheader. And then on February 20th, Eldon, you guys will be at Osage. So a lot of Eldon Mustang basketball coming up on Lake TV. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having us.
Good luck the rest of the way. And thank you for joining us for the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show.